At ServiceFM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need ServiceFM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
I was heading towards Anzac Highway on Morphett Road.
Who's that?
Yeah, it was near the tram tracks. I was actually on my way to soccer training. I do play for the Eagles, yeah. Okay, so that's it? Too easy, thanks.
Who's that?
My insurance people. I was doing my claim.
Huh, sounded like someone local.
They are.
When your car is insured with RAA, your claim is always handled right here in SA. RAA, helping you every day too.
Keep on moving on.
Adelaide's five-a-side football competition returns in October. Football Fives is fast, fun for everyone. There's women's leagues, men's leagues, mixed leagues and junior leagues at ServiceFM Stadium in Jepps Cross.
When you're losing hydration, it can feel like you're up against the world's best. Nothing beats Gatorade to help replace what you've lost in sweat. When dehydration holds you back, Gatorade fuels you forward.
Electricity bills are stinging more than ever. So why not go sunny? Go Sunny Solar will get you set to get the most out of solar. With no outlay and their anytime payment plan, you can put what you're saving in electricity bills towards paying for your solar instead. Let Go Sunny Solar sort your rebates and planning and let your new solar panels get busy as bees, saving you money. Take the sting out of bills and get in for summer. Visit gosunny.com.au.
Hello and welcome to Football South Australia's coverage of the State League 1 Grand Final between Adelaide Croatia Raiders and Para Hills Knights. Two teams that had a very good season, State League 1 first and second. Will now play in a final to win a final piece of silverware. Also, if you are just joining us from the State League 2 Grand Final, we can confirm that one of the match officials in the State League 2 Grand Final has had a medical episode, but we can confirm that he has left the venue in a stable condition, and we wish him all the best with a speedy recovery. So, Para Hills Knights and Adelaide Croatia Raiders, the two best teams in State League 1 this season. As you can see by table form, first and second. 41 points for Croatia Raiders and 40 points, just one behind, were Para Hills Knights. All went down to the final day.
Am I two? Oh, you're two. I'm one.
And we see these two teams meet in the final as well. I'm your commentator, Sir Benil, joined by David Grant. David, what a matchup we have tonight.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this. First versus second, or at least first versus second as they finished at the end of the year on the table. So you've got the two best sides from the comp facing off against each other in a grand final. So yeah, it's a perfect recipe for a fine meal, isn't it?
Of course, this not being a promotion player for such means these teams can just go out and attack, really, making an entertaining game for us.
Yeah,
there's no real risk.
There's still a bit to play for, you know. They still want to have their name in that trophy, so both sides will come out and would expect in an attacking manner and want to come away with a win. You know, nobody will remember who the runner-up was. So this is the match that counts. You know, this is it. This is the grand final.
The State League 2 grand final finished the way of Salisbury United in extra time. Took them 2 penalties to get all the way there, but they did it in the end in what was a very entertaining matchup, David.
It was, yeah. We got here a little bit early, didn't we, just to soak up a little bit of atmosphere, maybe treat ourselves to a hot dog and a donut, and we took in that first game, and yeah, it was a good game to watch. You know, settled in the end by a penalty in extra time, but hard way to lose. You know, with 4 minutes to go, to concede a penalty like that, and your season's all done. But that's what finals football is all about. It's about those moments, isn't it? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Salisbury United finished top of State League 2, and after how the game went, deserving winners of the grand final. As both sides get ready to play in this grand final, which, David, some players in their career never get to play in a final full stop, so this could be a big moment. It's the only time these players get to experience this kind of atmosphere and coverage.
Absolutely, yeah. So who knows, for some of these guys it might be the only final they ever play in, so they've got to sort of keep that in mind as well as they come out here onto the pitch, and you know, I think this is their biggest moment in their career, and you never know when your career's going to end. So but having said that, these are two sides that will be looking to be competitive in the NPL next year. And they'll be looking to acquit themselves well once they get up to the top tier in the state. So yeah, a lot to play for.
And as you said, already confirmed, these two sides will be playing NPL football in that as well. These two sides bringing back 2 big derbies in Para Hills Knights versus Modbury Jets and Adelaide Croatia Raiders versus FK Beograd as well, with this promotion to the top flight of South Australian football.
Big moment for the officials as well, eh? You know, it's a big moment for them getting to officiate in a match like this as well. So
this match scheduled for a 7:50 p.m. kickoff here in Adelaide. And we'll also have the Australian National Anthem. as the mascots of both sides run off the pitch. And the trophy gets taken off as well, not to be touched until the winning team comes out tonight. Teams will shake hands. And we here will also go through the starting lineups. Adelaide Croatia Raiders, the dedicated home side, due to finishing higher in the league, unchanged from last week. Only 3 changes on the bench in Alex Gatunis, Nicholas Andre and Joshua Tassoni. But other than that, unchanged lineup for the game, which we covered, David, as well, against West Torrensburg Callard, which ended 0-0, but definitely showed their quality.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I took away from that, and I think I said at the time that you were looking at a side that could acquit itself in the NPL, in the top tier of the state. So, you know, I mean, I haven't seen as much of Para Hills Knights this season, but they're here for the same, you know, on the same merit as their opponents. So, they're looking at 2 sides that I think will do okay in the NPL. And the national anthem before kick-off, that does make it feel like a cup final, doesn't it?
The coin toss also to be adjudicated by refereeing staff. Referee in the middle, Christian Verdicchio, with assistant referees Thomas Temby and Ellie Seaton, with fourth official Daniel Goodwin. Captains Adam Savetta and Ricardo De Silva to take their place for the coin toss.
Lovely setting, this ground, isn't it? With the big bank at the far side, you know, and there's folk out there in blankets and sitting and almost with picnics. It's got that sort of atmosphere about it. And on this side, we've got the main stand, and it's packed. There's all the seats are taken on this side, so good crowd.
Unchanged completely, an unchanged squad for Para Hills Knights. Riley Stam, their talisman, up front, will definitely be playing NPL football. Whether or not that's with Para Hills Knights, we are yet to know. And there is Adelaide Croatia Raiders coach Vlado Blazica, hoping to add to his 1 trophy this season and times it by 2. And so after a full day here at ServiceFM Stadium, football all the way from 9 a.m. this morning, we finished the night off with the State League 1 Grand Final. It'll be Adelaide Croatia Raiders to get us off underway for the State League 1 Grand Final. Early foul. Bullen into the middle with Blafari. Majetic trying to chase against Oliveira. Ball wide. De Silva still with the ball, putting it into the centre, and it's an early goal!
Start!
And Joey Costa, I'm not sure of the timing, but you'd think almost less than a minute in.
I would say so, and I'm not sure that Para Hills Knights have had a touch of the ball yet, did they? I'm not sure they even got a touch of the ball. Croatian Riders just held on to the ball, just kept possession, moved it down the right, moved it down the left, brought it into the middle, and before you know it, 1-0. What a start.
We expected fireworks, but maybe not as early as this, David. 1-0 the way of Adelaide Croatia Raiders.
Yeah, and there's a few of the Para Hills Knights fans next to us are very muted, so it's a bit of a shock for them, but you know, we didn't expect that, did we?
This quick play here, De Silva just getting it into the centre, and Joey Costa in these final few weeks of the season has come up with clutch goals. Para Hills, Stam. We said, David, you think it might just be attack, attack, attack.
Well, we did say that, yeah. I mean, I wasn't probably anticipating a goal in the first 60 seconds or so, but Oh, that's good. You know, an early goal, that means that we're set up for a bit of a contest. You know, sometimes these matches, you know, you can look forward to them all day, and it comes round, and then you're watching a game where caution becomes the prime, and it sort of it fizzles out a little bit. But you know, an early goal, that's perfect for us, isn't it, as the neutral observer? I'm excited now.
Of course, after last year having both State League finals be promotion players as well, this year both teams were the best teams in the league, first and second already promoted. Changes the dynamic a little bit, but as you said, there's still silverware on the plate.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, the scenario, if you're unaware, is that these two sides have already won promotion up to the NPL already, so they come into this game already promoted, but this match is a final of sorts, because the winner of this will have their name on the trophy and will be remembered as the champions. You know? So it's still a bit to play for, even though they're both up. As Para Hills Knights come down the right-hand side now.
Could they get an early one as well? Losing out there. Da Silva. Late challenge and a free kick. Adjudicated by Christian Verdicchio. Williams. Losing possession of the ball. Rakudo gets fouled and wins the free kick.
Yeah, the one thing you wouldn't want to do in a game like this is give the ball away. You know, certainly if it's unforced. You don't want to be giving possession away, because both of these sides are capable, once they've got that possession, of taking advantage of, as we've seen already.
Four minutes in and 1-0 already the way of Adelaide Croatia Raiders. Their ground pretty much right behind us, David. It's a walk away. They walked there. They walked from there tonight.
Absolutely, and they came in with the flags and all of that. It was great to see a bit of a parade in. So yeah, I mean, Croatia's ground's probably, as the crow flies, 450 metres. Maybe a bit more.
Yeah, you can definitely see a few Croatian flags in the crowd tonight. I think I can see at least 4 in my current view.
Yeah, I must say, last week I really enjoyed it down at the Croatia club. You know, the really good atmosphere down there, good community club, and good, you know, sense of community, I think, you know, and I quite like the strip, you know, quite like the red, white and blue, and the red and white checks, you know.
Thrown for Para Hills Knights. Touchdown. On the edge of the box, the strike from Oliveira. Nothing to threaten the goal, but their first opportunity.
Yeah, and nice to see them coming back into it. Look, I think since the goal, Para Hills Knights have probably had more of the ball. I mean, it's we're only 5 minutes in, but they've settled a bit more now. Time will tell if it lasts or not, but they look a bit more comfortable in the ball, and they've held on to it well. As you know, you see now they'll try and maybe hold possession for a bit. Come back and maybe pray across the back, switch the play.
Rakudo. Oliveira. Rakudo will receive back. Para Hills Knights decide to go through the centre. To Stan. In the box now, Knights. Goal kick. A little bit of doubt from, I think, both sets as to whether or not that would going to be a goal kick or a corner.
I think Rakuto was fairly sure it should have been a corner. But no argument from many of his colleagues.
That's a giveaway from Oliveira. Poor pass. Costa trying his luck from range. Bullen. Heading on is Glucevic. Rakudo gets through, lovely.
No foul. He just gets crowded out, doesn't he? He gets the ball and he moves forward, Rakudo, and then he just seems to get crowded out. Seems to have 2 players on him every time, so...
Just slipping a little bit on the turf. Well won back by Majetic. Rakudo on the edge of the box. Losing the ball up there, Oliveira. This game will be played at a very high tempo and with a little bit of spice.
Yeah, there's a couple of players just letting their opponents know that they're there, isn't there? But you kind of expect that, I guess, in the early stages. Some nice crisp passing, they haven't given, neither side has given the ball away too much. There was a couple of early instances, I think, with Para Hills Knights that have had a couple of slack passes, but other than that, possession's been quite good on both sides.
Barnett. Bit undecisive. And just puts the ball out of play for a Para Hills throw. Throw in. Makes it into the box but headed away. De Silva try and climbs over but unable to win the ball. Oliveira playing the ball through. It's a lovely ball, and that should be a penalty. It is adjudicated by Christian Verdicchio.
No doubt.
And in 10 minutes we could have 2 goals, David.
Yes, it's exciting, isn't it? No, at first glance that certainly looks a penalty. It didn't look like he'd had any trouble making that decision. We'll see in the replay. We'll get confirmation of that in the replay. But nice little pass through, wasn't it? Look at that.
Here it is, John Solari committing a bit too much. And Shrestha scored in the final round of finals against Cumberland to finish off the match, winning the penalty for Para Hills Knights to equalise it within 10 minutes.
Shrestha's done well. He's got his foot to the ball first, so he's made that contact first. So anything the goalkeeper does after that is going to be considered a foul. So
who else but Riley Stan to take this penalty to get Para Hills Knights equal.
Playing a little mind game there. Puts the ball down, a couple of steps, puts it down again.
To equalise in 10 minutes. Stam hits the post. And Solari is given a lifeline. Wow. Unlike Riley Stam to not score.
Maybe he was aiming for the post. He's that good.
He wants all those goals from open play, maybe.
Yeah, so Riley Stam, he's the league's top scorer, right? So
correct.
He's, and clearly he's got, 21 goals in the league?
22.
22, okay, and then and he's a good 6 ahead of his nearest rival. So you would expect him to do the business from the penalty spot, but yeah, that's a surprise, that miss. We'd be spoilt though if he had 2 goals in 10 minutes, wouldn't we?
Not complaining.
No, not at all. I kind of like in a cup final though that if one team's ahead by a goal, because it means the other team's got to try and get something back. If both teams are level, then it can become a fizzler. So good to have one team ahead. But I've liked what Para Hills Knights have done since they went down.
They're going to have another opportunity from a set piece, a corner in particular. Rakudo coming for the short. Passing it on. Ball coming in. Just getting a bit tangled underneath the legs on the edge of the box. Having the strike. Brilliant save by John Solari. Wow. Action-packed first 10 minutes here at ServiceFM Stadium.
Was that a save? I missed
yes.
it. He got his hand to that. That was great.
Top bins.
Oh, aye. Yep, very good.
Let's show you a better angle here.
Yep. Oh, yeah, good save.
The preceding corner coming to nothing for Para Hills Knights. And in fact, it means more for Raiders as they try and get forward again.
Augustus Williams on the right-hand side.
Switch ball out wide. Nyonkuru couldn't win that one. And after a crazy nearly 50 minutes, we'll cross down to Mark Talbot on the sideline. Mark, how's the feeling been down on the touchline? It's been pretty manic.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. It has been a frantic start to this game. Obviously, a goal in the first 2 minutes. But it's really settled Para Hills quite well, actually. Even though they've gone behind, they've come out probably better. But the speed of this game is absolutely lightning. And fascinating, though, both coaches are very subdued. When the goal went in, obviously, Raiders very excited. But both are very subdued otherwise. Even when that penalty, very subdued, which surprised me for both coaches, to be honest.
Stamp. Oh! He equalises for Para Hills Knights, and as we said, it's unlikely for him not to score because he does it all the time.
That's it. He's made up for hitting the woodwork with his penalty with a fine shot from distance, low to the keeper's right, and mob celebration down there.
We have certainly got a game on our hands here.
I totally agree with you, Mark. I think that since Croatia Raiders got that first goal, Para Hills Knights just seem to settle. The ball just seems to be up in that other half since that first minute, since that opening minute, Mark.
Yeah, Para Hills certainly have done so, and certainly deserve that goal.
Oh, we're going to have a cup of tea and a scone at half time after this, aren't we?
Thank you, Mark. We'll cross that back down to you the more the game proceeds on. And you could make a case. At least I've been here the whole day, watched almost every single cup final. This could be one of the more exciting games of the day already.
Absolutely. That's why they put it last.
One other one I can think of today, I think it was West Torrens, Burkalla and Playford. Reserves, I believe, was 2-2 in the 90th minute, and Burkalla scored a very, very late winner to not take that game to extra time.
Here they come again.
Para Hills. Mitsev. Headed away by Reese Thompson. Cross in. Blafari. Knight's throw. "15 minutes played." Doesn't seem like it.
No.
Ball coming in. Croatia Raiders deal with it. De Silva. Down the wing. Trying to make challenges in. But they keep the ball with Bullen. Touching the ball on Williams. That one launched into the crowd for another throw.
Para Hills Croatia Raiders just have to hold on to the ball a little bit. Maybe that's what their instruction is now. Oh, as they lose it. commentator's curse, of course, but I'm wondering if that's what Croatia Raiders will try and do now, is just try and hold on to the ball. Maybe just take the pace of the game out of it a little bit, because Para Hills Knights have just been, they've been running it for the last 15 minutes or so. So maybe that, I'm not sure if that's an instruction from the bench or just what they feel out there, but you might find that's what they try and do now.
Throw in. Barnett. Campbell. Costa. Matthew Mitic. Gets it back. Happy to take it slow for the time being. De Silva attempting to turn, but wasn't able to complete it. Touched on, and Raiders still with the ball. Lafari in an unfamiliar position all the way up the pitch.
Get a headache if he goes much further. Yeah, Raiders just holding onto the ball nicely now, just as Para Hills Knights have done when they conceded. Raiders now sort of holding on since they conceded, as Williams makes his way down the right hand side again.
De Silva.
Oh, magic feet.
Gets past, putting the ball in. Costa. Good turn. Still with it, Raiders. Having the shot in, deflected. Rakudo. Para Hills not in too much of a rush to get an attack going again. And with that, lose the ball. Oh. It's a lovely pass. Cries of a penalty from the Adelaide Croatia Raiders fans, but nothing given away by the opinion of Christian Verdicchio to Lachlan Fusco. Speaking of penalties, had to save a penalty last week against Cumberland to keep them in the game. It was 1-1 at that point. Ended up winning 3-1, but if we didn't save that, Para Hills might not be here tonight and might not be promoted to the NPL. Williams has already had NPL experience this season with Adelaide City. Free kick.
Looks like Fusco, the Para Hills Knights goalkeeper, will take this, and I can't let this pass without comment on that hairstyle. I just don't have any words to describe it at this point in time, but something will come eventually.
Would you think of attempting it? Would have you thought of attempting it in your youthful past?
I had something very similar, but it was about 1987.
I've kicked the scaffold, and I think it's off level. So
was it even cool then?
Oh, it was pretty cool then. Yeah, I was the envy of all of my friends.
I've kicked the scaffold leg, and I think it's out of level, so give me 5 to level it back up.
Quite a brave save, though, to come out at someone's feet like that. It was a wonderful back pass. Was it Da Costa's pass? I can't remember. Little back heel that put
I'll do it at half time.
that put the striker through, but it was a brave save that Fusco to come out and dive at someone's feet like that. And he does have hostile supporters behind him, so.
Verdicchio waves off the penalty.
When I say hostile, I just mean opposing. I don't mean necessarily aggressive, but he's doing that in front of the opposing fans. So, but brave goalkeeping to come out like that and throw yourself at the feet like that.
After being surrounded by goalkeepers last night in Joe Gauci and Mark Talbot, I'm happy to have you next to me tonight, David.
Yeah.
What position did you play, by the way? I never asked.
Will we wait for this corner?
Answer quickly, come on.
Okay, I started out as a striker and then mostly played in the midfield and ended up as a defender for the last year or two.
We make this job easier every day as the corner comes in. Dealt with well by Para Hills Knights.
The last thing you want in the highlights reel is the winning goal and me talking about me talking about where I've played for.
We'll cross back down to Mark Talbot on the sideline. How does it feel to be outnumbered?
Hey, I'm used to it. It was just good to have at least one night last night that we were outnumbered you, mate. But it was very, to be fair, both goalkeepers have been very courageous. I mean, the penalty that Solari gave away was also very courageous to go down at the feet, and Fusco as well. But he come out second best in it, but he seems to have recovered pretty quickly.
Thank you, Mark. We'll continue to cross down you throughout the match. Throw in. Raiders with some lovely passing play and able to keep the ball brilliantly. Costa on the wing. Able to run past. Williams just trying to hold the ball. Gets it to Costa. Majetic. I think looking maybe for Riley Stam, but
you might remember last week, Seb, one thing we noticed with Croatia Rangers is that they swapped the two flankers. So Williams and Nuankuru, and they've done it again just now in the last sort of, I think they just swapped over maybe a minute or two ago. So Williams is now going over to the far left, Nuankuru's on the far right. Just a straight swap, but it just shows they're mixing it up a little bit. I wouldn't want to face either of them, they're far too quick.
Throw in by Murati. Short pass in. Back out wide. Goal kick.
I'm also not sure exactly what formation. Mark might have a better idea of this, but I'm trying to work out what formation Para Hills Knights are playing with. It looks like three at the back with two sixes, two holding midfielders, but it also at times has looked like they've had four at the back. So I don't know if you've got an opinion on that, Mark, if you've picked up on what they're doing at the back.
Yeah, they're playing a flat back four, but what's happening is the two fullbacks are playing very high. They're playing with two sixes, and then effectively they're playing with three in behind Riley Stam. So they're playing almost a 4-2-3-1.
Right. And Raiders to me just looks like a straight 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2.
Yeah, Raiders are playing straight out 4-3-3 with the two wide boys in Williams and Nuankuru playing really high.
Yeah.
And then just allowing Joey Costa to come in behind, just a little deeper than Ricardo.
Yeah. I told you he was good, Seb. No, good. Thanks, Mark.
Majic, another player last week you were very fond of when we watched them.
Yeah, he was another standout for me, the number 7 who plays in the 6. Yeah, he wears the number 7 for Croatia Raiders, but he's got the ball at his feet just now, and he just seems to just manage that sort of midfield, that connection between defence and midfield, and he seems to create the attacks. He recycles the attacks. He's just really economical with the ball as well. So, no, he had a good game last week. Got a booking though, didn't he? Did he get a booking last week? Yeah, I think he got a yellow, and that made him, after he got his yellow last week, he was a lot more cautious, and he sort of faded out the game a little bit, but he's not in a yellow yet, so he's doing okay just now, and no booking so far, so changes the dynamic of the game and the way you play if you get a booking and you're on that kind of warning, that first warning. So it's good that the referees sort of let most of these early fouls go so that they don't have players on yellow cards for 80. 80 minutes or 70 minutes or whatever.
De Silva. Knights with the ball. Tough challenge going in. Referee sees nothing more than to play on. Lovely footwork to get through. It's Costa. Tackles flying in on the edge of the box. No foul.
I don't think there was much in that. It just looked like two of them running into each other, you know, and hard to give a foul either way when that happens, isn't it?
Ball out wide with Stamp. Rakudo. Gets it back from Shrestha. Gets it back again. Now poor pass from Keshav Shrestha. Williams. That pass intercepted there. Majic gets it back all the way to Blefari to restart. An attacking opportunity for Raiders. Both of these teams, the two highest goal scorers in the league. Raiders with 56 and Knights with 53. They love to score goals.
Yeah, they do. Although I think when they played each other in the league, Para Hills Knights won both encounters. So round 5, Para Hills Knights played at Adelaide Croatia and won 2-1, and then in round 16, Para Hills Knights won at home 5-3 against Croatia Raiders. So Para Hills Knights have had the better.
Dangerous pass back. Sorry, David.
That's all right. I was just blethering anyway. Wasn't even sure that anyone was listening. No, Para Hills Knights have had the better of the games in through the league season proper. So reason for Croatia Raiders to try and get something maybe more motivation for them to get something out of this.
Sort of a similar thing to last night in the NPL Grand Final. Shot in! And again, who else but Riley Stam to get 2 for Para Hills Knights in the State League Grand Final.
What a star. Some finish, eh? Low to that corner again, you know. Ball didn't seem to go in with much pace, but you don't need pace if it's placed like that. Nice finish. Right on the half-hour mark.
A goal after 1 minute for Adelaide Croatia Raiders by Joey Costa. And then the top goal scorer in State League 1, Riley Stam, capitalises off a mistake, really.
Oh yeah, poor mistake. Now that we see, now that we see the replay, yeah. Is it Augustus Williams or was it Nyunkuro? I couldn't quite see, but yeah. Oh, there'll be Croatia Raiders will be sour about that. That's just a giveaway, you know. And I think I made the comment a little bit earlier that, you know, you don't want to give away possession easily and unforced in a game like this. But don't know if you wanted to have a chat with Mark and see what the reaction was down at the bench. But yeah, that's a goal given away. It's not even Christmas.
Yeah, Mark, we'll cross down to you on the sidelines. How's the vibe change down there? You've just got Para Hills Knights who've come back from 2-1 down after Raiders going 1-0 up in a minute.
Yeah, the vibe certainly changed on the Raiders side. As soon as that ball went in, it was a sign of resignation there from Vlado, who's just annoyed that they'd given the ball away in such a key position. And when the ball hit the back of the net, you could see the physically, you could see he was just so annoyed with it. Whereas the Para Hills side, it was like all in unison, just all jumped at the same time. It was like watching synchronised swimming.
Thank you, Mark. you said, just at the half-hour mark. It's 2-1. The way of Para Hills Knights.
It's that goal for Croatia Raiders in the first minute seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? That's the beauty of the game, though, you know, that you can have a moment like that and it sort of sets a scene, and then, you know, 30 minutes later it's a completely different story. It's just the beauty of the game, isn't it?
Two magnificent finishes from Riley Stamp, proving that he is a goal scorer.
Yeah, both to the same spot as well, both low to Scolari's right-hand side. He's going to have to keep an eye on that in that little corner, because that's where he's going. That's where Stam's going both times. But Stam will have to mix it up next one. Good that we've got a leader, though. You know, it's good that again that one side is up, because it means that the other side is chasing, and you know we'll have a game in our hands.
Ricardo da Silva needs to lead his side to get a goal back for Croatia Raiders. It's a bit early to be talking about it, but they need at least 2 to not let this game go to 120 minutes of possible penalties.
Yeah, that's right. So being a cup final, we'll have extra time and penalties at the end of this, won't we? We're going to be here till about 1 in the morning. Just a little pause and play here while Shrestha received some treatment after a nasty little fall. They went up in the air and came down second best. Just landed a bit heavily in his back, I think.
Mark, we'll cross down to you again. You have some interesting insight on both of Riley Stamp's finishes.
Yeah, just as Dave was saying, that he'd finished on both the same corner, the 2 goals, but if you look back at the replay of the penalty, he's actually gone the exact same side as well, just hit the post. So maybe that penalty was just the cider, just so he knew where the post was, so the next 2 would go into that corner.
So if you were Stam, Mark, if you were Stam and you had your next goal opportunity comes up, are you going to go the same way, which would be effectively your 3rd or 4th shot at that corner, or would you go to the other side?
Well, let's put this. I'm never in that position, so
that's true.
I'm going to stick with whatever Stam does. You can't argue with a 22-goal striker a season. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark. Seeing replays of the many highlights from these less than first half.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, you know, it certainly has been an action-packed first half, and that's why that's why we've got a highlights reel, you know, 30 minutes in, that's going for about 5 minutes. Been a great year, though. I mean, I haven't seen a dull game. You know, every game we've been to is, you know, it's had something. You know, it's had a bit of spice, so it's been good.
Of course, the last men's game of the season will be broadcasting. Of course, still have the WMPL qualification final tomorrow and the WMPL final next week. But the last men's game that will be done for this season until 2024. And it's looking like some way to finish the season. Strong challenge.
Yeah, I reckon
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I thought it was fair. I mean, he didn't raise his arms or anything like that. It was a bit of a barge, but he didn't raise his arms or anything.
Ball over the top, a bit too much weight on it for Stam.
To be fair to Da Silva, he just played on anyway. He accepted it. The challenge that is. As Croatia seek to build again, Majetic on the far side.
They have to keep the ball. Blafari. Goes out for a throw.
Nice.
Manufacturing his way through and getting the strike. But not too threatening on the goal of Lachlan Fusco.
Silva just giving a little bit of space there, you know. He's just got a little bit of room to move, and he didn't get onto that shot, but he's not the kind of player you want to afford too much real estate to, so that shot was weak in the end, but he's certainly capable of scoring from that distance, and certainly given that amount of room, he possibly should have done a wee bit better.
Fusco launching to halfway. Costa got that first minute goal. Deflecting back off of another Knights player. Just over 5 minutes until the halftime break. It's Hev trying to put the ball forward. Barnett needs to deal with. Headed on. Oliveira. Oliveira. Ulaj. Rakudo has given it away. It's a through ball. Intercepted, and Majic was there to chase. Are still in a corner though.
Mark Ulich there, the Para Hills Knights back defender, just getting his foot to the ball there to push it out for a throw-in. Nice piece of defending, but he had to get his foot to it, because that was certainly a good opportunity there for Croatia Raiders as they came through.
Cross coming in. Fusco unable to punch away and just past the post, but I think offside was called. Fusco to take. Headed away by Bullen. Throw in. Mitsev. Cleared away. Mark will cross down to you. Has anyone really caught your eye in this first half from either side in particular?
Yeah, look, to be honest, Joey Costa's been a live wire for Raiders. De Silva's been brilliant with his touch. And then from Para Hills, Riley Stam, obviously with 2 goals, been brilliant. I'll go back to you guys. But both sides have defended well overall, like as we just saw there. So both teams have got their standout players, but overall it's been a very much a team collective on both ends.
Thank you, Mark. See if we can get anyone to talk to from either side at half-time as well. As we near the end of the first half, and it's just flown by, David.
Yeah, it has, yeah. I think the pace of the game has just dropped off maybe over the last couple of minutes, maybe the last 5 minutes or so. We've got 5 minutes till half time. It just seems to be a little bit of pace dropped out of it. I'm sure the second half, when it starts, they'll be back onto it again. You know, both sides might get a bit of a grilling off their respective gaffers at half time, and maybe they'll come back out different. But It's just dropped off a little bit, just a bit more subdued over the last couple of minutes.
Majcic to Bullen. Bullen losing out there. Stam tried to get it back and capitalise, but the touch wasn't there. Offside. Free kick.
There's the fans up the back behind the goal, as you see in the telly. Good to see them along, you know.
Good crowd.
Can't beat a big flag.
Across this whole grand final weekend, it's been a good crowd last night and today as well.
Good to see the kids out too, you know, there's been a lot of the kids out to watch, and I watched both sides do their warm-ups, and noticed the way the kids respond to Riley Stam at the warm-ups. It's really quite good to see, you know, they really look up to these players, you know, and the players reciprocate that. Just a little high five, you know, the kid will remember that for a long, long time, so really good sort of atmosphere.
Bullen. Not too long until additional time. There's been 3 goals. Not too sure how much additional time we will get at the end of the first half.
I think the ref got both those decisions right. I think the first one was just a sort of little, maybe a little bit of a barge, but no raised arms or anything like that. And the second one looked a trip to me. So the ref's done well. He's let it flow when he needs to, and pulled it up when necessary. So. Good job by Christian Veradici, all right.
Ball on the wing. Bullen trying to make a through pass. It's been called back for a free kick and a foul. Mark, how much time do we have left in this half?
3 minutes. 3 minutes of added time.
Three more minutes for Para Hills Knights to hold on to this lead, unless Adelaide Croatia Raiders can get an equaliser themselves after being 1-0 up within a minute, seconds even. Fusco launches forward, headed by Campbell. Another throw. Attempted turn, adjudicated as a foul. Ball with the back line of Raiders with a minute and a half left.
Callum Campbell's had a good first half, hasn't he? Number 21 there for Raiders. Real live wire. Very quick, very fast in the ball. Passing slick. He's been very good. He only looks about 13 as well. That's why you got me in here, isn't it? To raise the average age of the commentating group by about 15 years.
Lafari.
No.
Tackles absolutely flying in as we near the end of the first half. Still looking for one before the break, though. Or Knights. Even they could get one back. Stam. Too much weight and bounce on that one for him to get to.
Yeah, Stam checked his run there because he knew he was in an offside position, so he checked his run, and then when the pass came through, tried to make up for it, but by the time that had happened, the ball was gone. But Para Hills Knights just at the end there, as the half-time whistle blows, really just raised their tempo a little bit. Looked like they were going to try and get something just with the last minute or so. So good first half. Hey, Seb?
Absolutely. We'll cross down to Mark Talbot in a minute for an interview, but David, a quick recap of what your thoughts of the first half. A Riley Stam double and a Joey Costa first-minute goal.
I mean, it was a game of a very even game through periods of dominance for both sides, but we will cut down to Mark. I think he's got Riley now.
Yeah, I'm joined here with Riley Sam. Riley, what a first half, 2 goals. Missed penalty, you come back really well from that.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with the penalty, but can't ask for more. 2 goals first half, first senior final, I'm loving it.
And as a team, obviously, you're happy with how everything's progressing?
Awesome, man. Like, bit of a bad start to the game. First 5 minutes a bit scrappy, but after that, can't ask for better. That's awesome.
And just lastly, you like that side of the goal. Your penalty went that side, you hit the post. The next 2, the same corner.
Yeah, well, that's right. I can't. Basically, yeah.
Brilliant. All the best for the second half. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mark. And we'll go through the first half highlights. The first-minute goal from Joey Costa to sort of get this game underway and get us a bit more excited.
Yeah. So a nice little setup by De Silva there to cut across and set that first goal up. But the cameraman hadn't even got into his position when that goal went in, did he? And then we had this one a bit later, penalty conceded when Scolari came out. And
just a late challenge by Solari, having his hands out.
Yeah, dived at the feet of Shrest, and Shrest had got to the ball first, so no doubt it was a penalty. And Stam
had the chance to get one back, but didn't capitalise at that moment.
No, that's true. Well, you wouldn't have expected that. You'd have had your money on him to score from there. That was another great save.
Brilliant save from John Solari. He's had a decent first half.
He has, yeah. The Para Hills Knights went through, after they conceded, they just went through this period where they were sort of more dominant with the stronger of the two sides, and they had more chances. Look at that for a finish, low to that. That's pure placement, isn't it? There's no power in that.
The striker's finish.
Yeah, he's looked up and he's seen where the gap is, and he's just rolled it in from that distance out. That's a great finish.
And you wouldn't say that either side has been really on top. You say it's been pretty even?
Yeah, I would say they've gone through periods of dominance. So Para Hills Knights for 10-15 minutes, and then Croatia Raiders through their own went through a period of dominance as well. But overall, fairly even first half, and probably as the goal we saw just there, the sides are separated by a mistake, and you won't want to see that video too many times, but that's been the difference, I think, through this first half, is just that error, and that's why single errors like that can make a massive difference.
And that takes us to the half-time break, where the score is Para Hills Knights 2, Adelaide Croatia Raiders 1. So you can see the half-time stats as well. 3 shots to 4. More in favour of Para Hills Knights, and more on target in favour of Para Hills Knights as well. Been a few fouls as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it's been quite a physical match. But it's interesting. I mean, the total shots it's not a great number really, but look at the conversion rate. 4 shots and 3 of them on target for Para Hills Knights, and 3 and 1 for Croatia Raiders. So no yellow cards yet.
No.
Very physical match, but I think that's been a sign of good refereeing. The refs, Benedicio's just let the game roll when he's needed to, and pulled it up when it's been necessary. So he's had a good first half.
After an exhilarating first half of the State League 1 Grand Final, do not go anywhere, and make sure to join us after this break for the second half.
Go for an ice cream, eh? Let's go for an ice cream.
At ServiceFM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need ServiceFM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
I was heading towards Anzac Highway on Morford Road.
Who's that?
Yeah, it was near the tram tracks. I was actually on my way to soccer training. I do play for the Eagles, yeah. Okay, so that's it? Too easy, thanks.
Who's that?
My insurance people. I was doing my claim.
Huh, sounded like someone local.
They are.
When your car is insured with RAA, your claim is always handled right here in SA. RAA, helping you every day too.
Keep on moving on.
Adelaide's five-a-side football competition returns in October. Football Fives is fast, fun for everyone. There's women's leagues, men's leagues, mixed leagues and junior leagues at ServiceFM Stadium in Jepps Cross.
When you're losing hydration, it can feel like you're up against the world's best. Nothing beats Gatorade to help replace what you've lost in sweat. When dehydration holds you back, Gatorade fuels you forward.
Electricity bills are stinging more than ever. So why not go sunny? Go Sunny Solar will get you set to get the most out of solar. With no outlay and their anytime payment plan, you can put what you're saving in electricity bills towards paying for your solar instead. Let Go Sunny Solar sort your rebates and planning and let your new solar panels get busy as bees, saving you money. Take the sting out of bills and get in for summer. Visit gosunny.com.au.
How do you create light? It takes patience. It takes knowledge. It takes a deep understanding of how light behaves. How do you illuminate the sporting feats of champions? Feats that inspire us all. Feats that move nations. It takes people, scientists, engineers, and marketers. It takes materials that can withstand all elements. It takes machinery, cutting-edge machinery. It takes a sustainable approach using recyclable, reclaimable materials and offsetting emissions. It takes pressure. Pressure to expose and eliminate weakness so that all that's left is strength. But more than anything, it takes belief. Belief in your product, belief in your team, belief in yourself and your ability to outpace and outlive the competition. It's that belief. that creates light.
Imagine storing energy now and using it later. Travelling time zones without the dirty footprints. Imagine being remote but never far away, or having lights that safely guide you home. Imagine communities run by the sun, but did you know it's already begun? We're connecting South Australians to an energy future we can all be proud of. So imagine the power of possibility.
Adelaide's five-a-side football competition returns in October. Just grab some mates and play. There's women's leagues, men's leagues, mixed leagues and junior leagues. Register your team at football5sa.com.
On the field or organising behind the scenes, you can rely on Victor Sports Club supplies. Victor are proud partners of Australia's most well-known teams, including the Melbourne Storm, Melbourne United, the Premiership-winning Demons, Wallabies and Opals. With everything from sports rubs and sprays through to first aid and trainers gear, Victor help keep your team performing where it matters most. Sign up your club today to access fantastic benefits. Check victorsports.com.au.
At ServiceFM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need ServiceFM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
I was heading towards Anzac Highway on Morfett Road.
Who's that?
Yeah, it was near the tram tracks. I was actually on my way to soccer training. I do play for the Eagles, yeah. Okay, so that's it? Too easy, thanks.
Who's that?
My insurance people. I was doing my claim.
Huh, sounded like someone local.
They are.
When your car is insured with RAA, your claim is always handled right here in SA. RAA, helping you every day too.
Keep on moving on.
Adelaide's five-a-side football competition returns in October. Football Fives is fast, fun for everyone. There's women's leagues, men's leagues, mixed leagues and junior leagues at ServiceFM Stadium in Jepps Cross.
When you're losing hydration, it can feel like you're up against the world's best. Nothing beats Gatorade to help replace what you've lost in sweat. When dehydration holds you back, Gatorade fuels you forward.
Hello and welcome back to the second half of the State League 1 Grand Final. The score is Adelaide Croatia Raiders 1 and Para Hills Knights 2. O'Reilly Sam double, who could have had a hat-trick and a first-minute goal from Joey Costa. I'm your commentator, Seb O'Neill, joined by my co-commentator, David Grant, as we're also seeing a substitute at half-time.
We'll get you some details on that substitution in a moment, but yeah, good to be back. All to play for in the second half, I think. You know, both sides had showed that they were certainly capable of getting the better of each other through that first period, and second half should be, I'm hoping, much the same as the first, much the same as we saw in the first. So.
As the second half gets underway, we also have Mark Talbot on the sidelines. Mark, Can you tell us a bit more about that substitution that was just made by, I think it was Croatia Raiders?
Yeah, it was made by Raiders, and it looks simply purely a injury to the young man. He's rugged up now, and I think it was his back. So they were forced to make the change.
Thank you, Mark. We'll cross to you throughout this second half. This game very much still in the balance. Adamant that wasn't a handball. Referee Christian Verdicchio chested down. A strike going in between the legs and just bouncing. Just battling in that corner. Para Hills now going from right to left of screen. Croatia Raiders going from left to right. Oliveira.
I noticed that Riley Stam's the player that had the shot there for Piles Knights. And he's come off second best from it. It was about maybe a minute ago or so, but he is hobbling significantly just now. You can see him there, the number 9, just bending over and tending to his right ankle. It looked like he took a nasty little knock.
Got another one down too, near the main grandstand in Muradi. The number 11 for Para Hills Knights. He seems to be all right, and so does Stam for the time being too.
Yeah, Ali Reyes Maradi's just coming off to the side just now, but I don't know if he's actually, Mark might be able to tell us, it looks like he might actually have come off and they're making a substitution.
Yeah, so he's come off injured, looks like his right knee. He's got it heavily strapped, so I think that's just an old injury's surface, so they will make the change. And with Riley Stam, it was the way he hit the ball. He caught the ball. When he hit it at that shot, he hit it with his toes, so he bent the foot right back on the shot. That's what's been the issue.
Thank you, Mark. Of course, Riley Stam won't want to go off after being on a brace and on for a hat-trick too. Ball comes in, across the face of goal, and that could have been an early finish.
Whoa.
To get the equaliser. And Para Hills now make that substitute. Ali Rise Muradi to come off for Isaac Handley.
Lovely piece of work down the left-hand side there by Nian Kuro, and he's put it across. And it's almost landed in a plate for De Silva, and he's missed it. But came across very quickly, so maybe just De Silva just didn't have time to react. But open goal, really. Keeper was beat.
Fusco. All hopes of a clean sheet were dashed in the opening minute of this first versus second matchup in the State League 1 Grand Final. Offside, I think that was.
Yeah, picked up by the lines person, Ellie Seaton there. And she was perfectly in line, so best place to make that call. No argument either from the Croatia Raiders players, so maybe it was an easy one to make. Nian Kuro comes through again on the left-hand side. Plays inside to Costa, but
still chasing after it.
Yeah, didn't quite get that second pass through, did he?
Lachlan Fusco spoke about in the first half, very recognisable with the hairdo.
Yep. You'd pick him out in a crowd, wouldn't you? What a lineup.
One thing I would say is I wouldn't mistake him for you, David.
No. A long time since I've had hair that thick. Maybe he does it for the height. Probably gives him an extra 3 inches.
Stam on the wing. Knights get a throw.
Stam seems to be moving okay now in that foot, so maybe just running it off.
Oliveira. Rakudo. Costa. Quick first time pass.
Yeah, nice passing movement.
Ball out wide. It's with Williams.
They've spread the play out really well there, haven't they?
Chasing down on the wing. Gets the corner.
Looked like William Metev there, the Para Hills Knights defender that managed to stop that attack, but that was lovely play from Croatia Raiders as they small, quick, intricate, fast passes in the side, and then they spread it out to that far side. Going for this short corner again. They've done a few of them.
Majic was shaping up to shoot.
I don't think those corners have worked for them. They've done about 2 or 3 of them now. You know, they're not really short corners, but they're not really short corners.
It's speechless there.
What's going on?
Yeah, as you're saying, those short corners not really working out perhaps as they would have wanted.
Yeah, so hang on, there's another attack. Can't get to top. Hang on.
Costa deflected off. They're trying to claim a handball, but I think a deflection was all it was.
Yeah, throw in given. No, they've tried to vary that. Well, they've done a variation on the standard corner where the cross comes in, and they've done a sort of shorter corner along the ground, but it hasn't worked for them both times. I reckon they've done it twice, maybe 3 times, and each time they just seem to have lost possession, kind of got caught out. And Para Hills Knights have come away with the ball, so I don't really feel that's working for them.
De Silva. A curling effort. Fusco couldn't catch it cleanly.
No, he probably didn't need to. He had plenty of time just to kill the ball's pace and then pick it up. And the goalkeepers amongst us will be able to pass more expert comment than I can, but he's just basically killed the ball's pace and then collected it. So he didn't need to hold it there. It was probably safer for him just to do what he did. So good goalkeeping, I'd say.
De Silva. Oh. Fusco with a bit of an unconventional save to keep it out of the net, but it works. Threatening again. Trying to claim a handball.
We are going to have to cut down to Mark and ask about this goalkeeping, because I'm completely out my depth here, Seb.
Mark, is this the sort of technique you would have used back in your day?
Look, to be honest, he's done very well with both of them. The first one caught him off guard because he was expecting a cross, so he got across well, covered the ball, and as Dave said, he killed the ball, dropped it right in front of him, so he didn't need to do anything more. That second one, though, there was no way he was holding that. It was just struck with so much venom from Ricky De Silva that in that instance you get anything you can behind it, and he's done really well.
You just want to get your body in the way, don't you?
You do in that instance.
Strike! Fusco showing off he can do more than just save a bit differently.
He's not just a fancy haircut, is he? That was a phenomenal save. We were right behind that. The angle we had was superb for that. That was just curling in beautifully, and great little run. I think it was Williams that had the shot, and a fine save there. Yeah, superb. Oh, cup final fever I'm getting.
De Silva to take this corner. Knights have the play as close as they can be.
They're not going to go short again, I don't know.
Long corner, header still in the mix-up. Bouncing unkindly for Knights. The strike coming from Joey Costa.
Yeah, it just bobbed up, it just sort of bounced up a little bit. It was an awkward height when he made contact, so it was always going to be hard for Costa to keep that down, but a few chances. We're 10 minutes into the second half, and it's a continuation of the first, I think. It's been good football, good to watch, and exciting football.
Looks like Para Hills Knights will be readying another substitute in number 15, Lansana Smith. And they'll look to make that change now. They'll take off Stefan Vucevic.
Vucevic has had a fairly quiet game, really. So I don't know if that's it's fairly early. It's only 55 minutes. You'd normally expect to see your first unforced substitutions to happen around 60, 65 minutes, maybe even 70 minutes in some cases. So quite early to make a substitution. Don't know if Mark's overheard anything down there on the bench in terms of why that substitution would have been made, but yeah, a little bit early to be making a sub. Only 10 minutes into the second half. Vucevic will be a bit disappointed, I would say, to come off.
Mark, do you have any insight on that substitute, whether or not it was forced or just purely tactical?
Purely tactical. From what I can tell, there was no injuries, and Stefan was a little disappointed to be coming off, but as Dave said, he has been a little bit quiet this game, so purely tactical. And as you see, Smith's come out onto this right-hand side straight away, so they'll look to utilise his pace.
Late challenge perhaps on Costa, but Raiders, De Silva in the middle, jumps and doesn't get a shot off towards the face of goal, and wins the free kick instead.
Just a little bit behind him, that cross, wasn't it? I think it was De Silva, wasn't it? It was just a little bit behind him. Had it been just that little bit in front, maybe a yard in front, he would probably have managed to get a shot in, but all right. The goalkeeper, Fusco's had a good second half, hasn't he?
Interesting is one way to definitely explain it. But he's done his job. He's gotten in the way of every single shot, not letting another one in so far.
Yeah, and every single one of these will be doing wonders for his confidence. Every time he stops a ball, even if he's not holding it, but he's doing that work just to keep the attacking 40s out, just does wonders for his confidence. So if this game ends up in penalty kicks, so I was just distracted there a little bit with what was going on in the field, but if this game goes to penalty kicks and Fusco's had a bunch of saves like that, he's going to be full of confidence.
Smith is onside. It's a poor first touch. Solari decided not to commit. Smith trying to get past Solari, went down for it, and just keeps it out of harm's way.
Who are the Para Hills Knights players following up? There was nobody following up there.
That Smith maybe had about 5 or 10 seconds where he just held it, and Solari decided not to go for it and just capture it.
But there was no support from Para Hills Knights coming up to follow up with that. They all sort of broke their run and held back. Maybe they were assuming Smith was going to have his shot in, and that would be it. But no follow up.
It could be a costly mistake here, as Raiders will try and get on another attack. De Silva. Stam nearly getting through, needs to beat Blafari, and he does well.
Great tackle
to that ball back.
Great tackle by Blafari, but he looked a little bit like he was caught out of the pace there, wasn't he? Just looked a little bit slow, so just as well he got his foot to it.
Campbell. Nyonkuru, their top goal scorer of this season. Tries to turn to only do one at a time. Outside of the football to Stam. Stam's the furthest forward.
Knights too deep. Para Hills Knights playing so deeply they've got nothing once they get to the second into the other half.
Strong challenge on Riley Stam. As we've said already, a brilliant crowd across the day today here in Jeps Cross. Every single pitch being used across the day. A true home of football in our state.
I was reading today Para Hills Knights playing white because they were founded by Tottenham Hotspur fans. Formed in a meeting on the 25th of March 1964. Initially played their games on Nelson Road, but since 1976 they've been based at the Paddocks, their home ground. That's why they play in white. Although that strip's more closely related to Fulham than Spurs now, but that's why they play in white. First competitive match, 4th of April 1965. Chris Pawley scored the club's first ever goal in a 3-1 loss to MTT. Ben, you say I don't do my research.
I never said that.
Oh, it wasn't you, it must be somebody else.
Two clubs with plenty of history. Both of these sides, of course, have been First Division sides in the past. This will be dealt with. Both sides have team across all age groups, reserves, amateur sides. Knights has the amateur side of Para Hills United right next door. And Raiders have their own amateur side as well. Definitely community clubs.
Absolutely, yeah. I was also reading about players that had played for both clubs, and do you remember Bobby Petter played for Adelaide United? Maybe a bit before your time, but it's more than 4 years ago. You youngster.
Across the face of goal.
Yeah, Mark might correct me if I'm wrong, because he's a bit of an encyclopedia in local South Australian sport. But Bobby Petter played for Adelaide United, and I believe he played for both these clubs. And in Europe, he played for Celtic. He played around 100 games for Celtic, and he also played, I think, for Ipswich in England, and maybe a couple of other clubs. But aye.
Mark, do you dare try and correct him, or do you think he's pretty accurate with that one?
No, sorry, I didn't hear who he was talking about because I was too worried about the injury to Riley Stam. So, who is he talking about?
Bobby Petter.
Oh, geez, now you're testing my memory. I'll stick with yours.
Okay. I reckon Bobby Petter played for both these clubs after having come out here from the UK. We played for Celtic and Ipswich, and then Adelaide United, and then played for both these clubs. But how is Riley Stam? You've got an update down there, and
I'm just trying to get one. So as soon as I can, I'll give you one. But it seems to be his calf. But I will get a little bit more info.
Certainly moved fairly comfortably looking there.
Yeah, he was.
He down the right-hand side.
He sprinted.
Yeah, I mean, he gets up here. You can see him. He's running away, and maybe there's a slight limp in his gait. But yeah, but he certainly seemed to run down that side all right. But you know, when you've got the ball at your feet, you sort of forget about the pain, don't you?
You certainly hear about stories playing with. Hear of stories about players playing with either broken bones, broken arms, broken ribs sometimes. They'll go through the end of the game without even realising.
Yeah.
Just from the pure adrenaline of wanting to keep going. Smith wins it back. Rakudo. Smith will get it back. Makes the decision to get it to Hanley. Been called back for a free kick. Just passing the hour mark as well here at ServiceFM Stadium in the State League 1 Grand Final.
Ooh, that was a
strong challenge on Smith. Yeah, just a foul.
That was actually a little bit malicious, I would say. Reece Thompson there from Croatia Raiders just came in very hard into the back there of Lansana Smith. Seemed a bit unnecessary, you know. No real attempt to play the ball, I don't think.
Still on the ground, Lansana Smith was coming on as a substitute.
There was no booking for that, was there? No card? No. That seemed pretty heavy.
And Sana Smith slowly.
So Croatia Raiders have they're a club with a bit of tradition and history as well, formed in 1952. A bunch of, or a group of young Croats to promote the Croatian name. I'm going to have a attempt to say these names here. They were formed by Farudin Seric, he was the president, Svetko Milanovic and Dragko Pispek.
I think those are pretty good.
Please forgive me if I got those names wrong, but I just wanted to acknowledge, you know, the little bit of history that these clubs have had. You know, they've been around for a long time, and one of Croatia Raiders' most famous former players is Charles Perkins, the Aboriginal advocate. He played for them in the late 1950s and early 1960s. And before you say it, no, it's before my time. Seb.
You know me too well by now, David. I'll take any opportunity to remind you.
Yes, I've picked up on that through the last 10 months of our relationship. Anyway, Smith seems to be back up. Not exactly sprinting around everywhere, but he's back up on his feet again, which is good to see, because that was a heavy knock.
Free kick.
2-1, 25 minutes to go. All to play for. Para Hills Knights have that 1-goal lead.
Looks like it'll be Joey Costa to take the free kick. Taking it quite quickly along down the wing. Corner. Another set-piece opportunity for Adelaide Croatia Raiders. Corner comes in. Headed away, I think, by a Raiders player. Definitely not the direction you would have thought. Probably would have wanted, but that ball launched wide. Don't think it will stay in, no. These teams separated by a singular point at the end of the season. There was a point on the final day as well where Para Hills Knights finished top of the league and got automatic promotion. Beat Eastern United 6-1 on the final day. Cobras were up 1-0 at the Croatian Sports Centre right behind us, but a second half burst of energy for Raiders just got them going and got them to finish that 1 point above Para Hills Knights.
Yeah, it sort of ended up very much as a two-horse race, and it was a bit of a gap down to third and fourth from memory, but it's appropriate, I suppose, that we get to see the two best sides, or the two sides that finished first and second in the league, battling it out here in the sort of grand final, if you like.
Kept with Raiders. Oliveira, a bit deeper than normal.
Goal kick.
Fusco on this one.
When it was 1-1 after 10 minutes, you did have that feeling it was going to end up 6-all, didn't you?
Certainly wouldn't be complaining if it still ends up that way.
Yeah.
Stam. A curled ball in.
Ooh.
Solari does well.
He had to though, didn't he?
It's a good ball from Stam.
Yep.
Showing he's more than capable of not just goal scoring but delivering in balls too.
Yep. Can assist as well as score.
A battle between the two number 10s of Oliveira and Da Silva. And told to take the run a little bit further back as we enter the 70th minute.
Yep. Take it back where it went out, rather than 20 metres further up.
We'll cross down to Mark Taub on the sidelines. Mark, the benches with about 20 minutes to go, any real difference, especially in Vlado Blazika's body language, in just the way that you think he's making this final few minutes will continue with that in just a moment. But for now, Da Silva looking for the shot. Might look to get it out to another player. Da Silva still battling for it.
Got crowded out, didn't he?
Mark.
Yeah, look, there's been no real change down here from them or their demeanour. They're just continually keeping the boys that are on the bench warm. But I dare say, look, you've got Didero sitting here on the bench, so I dare say he'll look to bring him on shortly. And same with Para Hills, they've made quite a few subs already. But look, Didero's putting his shin pads on, so I dare say he'll be on in the next couple of minutes.
In the middle, just needs to have the strike. Blocked well.
Whoa. Got 3 points for one of them, don't you?
That ball possibly heading back to the paddocks at Para Hills Knights, just down the road.
Absolutely, yeah. That was a poor effort. Defender's shot, though, wasn't it? Looks like they've got Mark Ulich down. Number 23, holding his right knee.
Just getting treatment now as well. Still getting treatment. Fusco will end up taking this one as well, I think. And Mark, just as you were saying, that substitute, Amari Didella, tell us a bit about him, what he can bring more for Croatia Raiders into the final 20 minutes.
Oh, look, it's a great play to be able to bring on for the last 20 minutes. Normally you'd see him starting. He's heavily strapped on the left-hand side, but he'll bring a real attacking thrust. He'll come in to look to control the midfield for Raiders. So a bit of probably a change of formation maybe, but he can get forward, score goals, but he's all attacking, also all-round midfielder.
Thank you, Mark. 15 minutes left for Omari Didero to make an impact. And that's certainly something they need, David.
Absolutely, yeah. If they've got to get something out of this, they've got 15 minutes to get at least one goal to take it to additional time. We're going to get to that stage though where Croatia Raiders get a goal. It'll be very hard for Para Hills Knights to get two back because it's been such a tight game, you know. Chances at both ends, but yeah, as the minutes tick away, that's the pressure's on Para Hills Knights to get that equaliser.
Da Silva. They're trying to shout for a handball, but I think maybe came off the back. The cross comes in. Neon Kuru's free. Has more on him now. Penalty waved off, possibly. Lovely footwork from Neon Kuru. Plays the ball in, but cleared away.
He's getting a foul, I think.
Right on the edge of the box as well.
Yeah, it's right on the edge. The referee's already got the shaving gel out and created the foam to mark it, and it's right on the edge of the penalty box. A replay maybe, but that's a good spot. You know, that's a good angle. We can see the angle here from behind, and it's a good spot here for Da Costa to have a little shot on goal.
Ricardo Da Silva for the free kick. De Silva goes low.
That was a bit disappointing, wasn't it? He's hit it low and kind of straight into the wall. A bit disappointing, that free kick. We'd like to have seen him maybe hit it at head height at the wall and see if he could have got through a gap somewhere there, but chance gone. Chance gone really for Croatia Raiders to maybe finish this tie off, because if they score now and go into a 3-1 lead with 12 minutes to go, it would possibly be all over. Although I've said that before, and then goals have been scored late.
Into the arms of Fusco, and he'll go to the ground.
Doesn't want to spend too much time down here.
Throw in for Knights. Mitsev. Touchdown. Raiders get it out. Neon Kuru. Recovered well. Smith.
Stam turned his back on the ball there for a minute, and that's why they lost the possession there. But Raiders now, as we go into sort of the last 10 minutes, so
picked up a little bit.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Ball to come in by Odin Walder.
Fusco's earning his money tonight, isn't he?
He's had a brilliant game.
Yeah. I mean, that was just a punch, but it was an important one.
De Silva putting the ball in.
Everybody, at least 50% of the crowd are appealing for a handball there. I didn't see it.
See a possible?
No.
I think it just hits the pec.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Can see where they're coming from, but definitely not a handball. More likely just seeing the quick arm movement than anything.
Yeah. Security trying to return the ball, managed to throw it into somebody's head a few minutes further down. Again, Croatia Raiders just...
Barnett, Stan, slipping, getting it to Smith. Smith putting it in the centre and losing out. Neon Kuru has pace to burn.
Go on.
Still battling. Good pass to find Majetic.
That was poor, eh? Disappointing end there. They just look so promising coming forward, you know, and from our perspective, I don't want this to end. I want this dream to continue, so I'm looking for extra time here, but that was a poor end to a nice piece of build-up play. I reckon my granny could have probably hit that a bit better. Easy from up here though, isn't it?
Throw comes in. It'll be a corner.
I reckon we might be in for the exciting last 10 minutes here.
De Silva, as always, to take these set pieces. Puts the ball in. Headed back. Headed out again. Smith just applying the pressure. Smith. Brilliant pressure from the forward line. And a lovely ball if Neon Kuru can make it.
So quick.
He does so and he gets past. Could this be the equaliser?
Oh, goodness me.
Corner.
What a run. What a fine ball. I think it was Manly Barnett that hit that pass up to Neon Kuru on the far left-hand side. But what pace by Neon Kuru. And then he's just cut in beautifully like that. He's completely beaten his opponent.
Less than 10 minutes to go. The ball comes in. Croatia with the throw. Costa makes his way into the box. Cuts back. That's about the 10th time they've played for a handball, I think, over on that end.
Just a little bit of frustration creeping into Croatia Raiders play now. They have these big moments where they get up there and then they just can't get anything when they get to that final third. And you see the replay here. Hard to tell.
Seeing a few different angles here again, as you said, hard to tell.
Yeah.
But I don't think
you couldn't say
if it's nothing too clear, then
you couldn't say conclusively, could you?
Yeah.
And I think Para Hills Knights maybe now just resorting to sort of slowing the momentum down, breaking the play up by maybe committing these odd niggly fouls just to stop the momentum that Croatia Raiders are now building on with 8 minutes to go. Because Raiders have been the dominant side comfortably for the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes, so yes, if you're Para Hills Knights and you can't get the ball, then that's the one way that you can do it, is to disrupt the momentum.
Thompson. Ball put in. Costa trying to twist and turn his way through.
There's another one.
And the first yellow card of the match given out to Yanagi Rakudo of Para Hills Knights.
Yep, and deservedly. It's maybe not persistent fouling by the same player, but it's certainly persistent fouling by the team. So the referee has to step in and quite rightly, I think, bring out a yellow card.
Slowly and slowly, the clock keeps winding down. And again, it's De Silva trying from long range. A bit ambitious, but he's definitely capable. See a replay of that attempt again. All the way back to John Solari. Launch forward. Headed away. Thompson. Through the middle. Out wide to Neon Kuru. Unable to use his pace and trickery that time around. Stam, the quick pass. Rakudo trying to get it to Lansana Smith, but just unable to pull it off perfectly enough. Ball comes in.
Another good solid stop there by Fusco, who again maybe isn't in a rush to get the ball back into play, but good goalkeeping again by the youngster.
Both teams, although Knights 2-1 up on the board. You'd say it's still either side's match to go on and win. Especially if they can go and get one now, Raiders. Onside. Stan perhaps maybe doesn't have the legs to try and get past as he has done the whole game.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the injury or he's limping a little bit, so I'm assuming it's maybe the injury, so just didn't have the pace. Certainly had the body strength, didn't he? It's a big lad.
Ball on the wing. Nyonkuru running down, putting the ball in at the back post, needs the finish!
Oh, what a strike! What a strike!
James Odenwalder,
the substitute. He took that brilliantly, didn't he? The crowd running over there to celebrate. And it's been coming because Croatia Raiders have been dominant over the last 10 minutes. They've really lifted to try and get that goal that would take this game into extra time. Para Hills Knights will have to lift now if they're going to try and see this 90 minutes out, because Croatia Raiders are just on a roll.
Commentators curse, I think, in the best way possible. If you're a supporter of either of these clubs, maybe not, but if you're neutral.
So it's a great run down the wing there again by Nyonkuru, isn't it? And he's been doing that all night. Fusco just got a hand to it, but really just palmed it out into the path of Odenwalder.
And we could be heading to extra time for a second time tonight on this main pitch at ServiceFM Stadium.
Fusco couldn't let that go because that cross was just too... It could have gone in, and he didn't know if someone was coming in behind. It was just that he couldn't not do anything. He had to do something, and he's got his hand to it, Fusco, but unfortunately, yeah, just pushed out to Odenwalder, who's finished with aplomb. What a finish!
Another yellow card given out for Callum Campbell of Croatia Raiders.
Maybe make a wee bit extra time. Should we cut down the mark and see how he'll be thinking we've forgotten about him? Should we cut down the mark?
Yeah, Mark, how was the reaction on both benches?
It was absolutely incredible from the Raiders side. As soon as that goal went in, as you saw, I mean, you saw the supporters, the coaching staff were just the same. I think if they could have, they would have jutted across the pitch with them. Para Hills are just, I think that some of their players are just struggling a little bit. Riley in particular, they just can't get him into the game at the moment just because I think those slight injuries are playing. So I'll let you go back to you guys.
Oliveira on the set piece from long range. Over the crossbar. Nothing to threaten John Solari. Ball comes forward. Nyonkuru with the pace. Unable to keep it in.
He's lightning quick, isn't he?
We'll go back down here quickly. Any indication of how much additional time will we have added on?
Yeah, there'll be 6 minutes of time added.
Thank you, Mark. As you just heard, 6 minutes of time added on.
I suppose we had a couple of injuries, didn't we? We had a couple of injuries and then there's been a goal celebration, so I guess it all adds up, doesn't it?
Poor pass. Right into the path.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that at this level.
Confirmation of the 6 minutes there. Held up by the fourth official, Daniel Goodwin. Protest coming from Oliveira. And he needs to be careful here because he's still going.
Yeah, he just needs to get on with it. Show the referee the respect and just accept your punishment, walk away. It's easy to say that when you're not down in the heat of the moment, but you don't want to be getting booked for dissent, do you? Or something.
You've seen it more in the Premier League this season as well, where any sort of touching or any negative sort of influence towards the referees are booking, or no intimidating referee really, or attempt to.
Got to keep his focus on the game. Again, it's easy when you're up here and you're not involved in it and you're not down there in the heat at the moment, but ultimately he's got to focus on what's on the pitch. And
ball comes in, headed away. How Adelaide Croatia Raiders would love to get a third, because they know that if they can win this match, their party's not too far away, just down the road.
That's it, yeah, not too long to stagger home.
Given away, and then a slip from Shrestha. Neil Kuru still running down that wing. Strong challenge by Muhatira. And another free kick near the corner.
Not much of an attempt, I think, to play the ball there at Ninkura, but conceding the free kick there, I don't know, it's a bit like conceding a corner, which is you'd set up to defend, I suppose, as if it was a corner, but I think he's sort of suggesting that. Did he make contact with the ball? Either way, he took the man out. Fusco actually sets a wall up, a two-player wall. That's a long way back, seems a bit of a waste.
De Silva on the set piece, Fusco just had to palm away. Too much weight on the pass. 3 minutes left. A few slips tonight.
Yeah, there has been, hasn't there? I mean, the pitch looks superb, and
from memory, it hasn't rained today either.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great, and even when we went down earlier on, had a look, I don't know, Mark's obviously a bit closer, he might have a comment on the conditions of pitch, but it looks superb from up here. It looks like you could play snooker on it.
It's a good ball for Costa. Penalty in the 94th minute. Penalty won by Joey Costa. And Fusco, for the second finals game in a row, might have to save his side.
Wow, what a finish. I mean, the penalty's not been converted yet, but
same side.
Yeah.
Also been a yellow card for Lachlan Fusco.
Fusco was very adamant there that there was no foul, but maybe we'll see a replay in a minute which will show us more, but what a finish.
It'll be Ricardo De Silva. All eyes on him in this moment.
Certainly take the player out, but was the ball gone? The ball was already gone, I'd say.
Ricardo De Silva. This is his moment. And it's Adelaide Croatia Raiders time.
Oh, wow. What a finish. And that's a massive celebration in the corner. They certainly feel that that's it. There's still about 2 or 3 minutes left to play. So Para Hills Knights could still get something out of this, but that's some finish. Fusco certainly guessed the right way, but he's maybe dived a little bit early because he was falling to the ground and the ball went in at a higher level than he was, but what a finish.
1-0 down, 2-1 down, and 3-2 up. That's how this game has gone, and that looks like that is how this game will end.
Actually, it was a bit unnecessary to come out like that as well, because the first touch was poor. Of course, this first touch, they pushed it away, and
As it stands, both State League finals to be determined by a regular time penalty kick, unless there's more drama. That couldn't be, could they? Seconds left. With the ball in.
Oh, what a finish!
It's offside! It's offside, it won't count! It will not count!
Oh, and I've got a red card now, a second yellow.
I think that's a second yellow for dissent.
Looks like it's Oliveira, yeah. So he got his silly yellow first time round for dissent, and he's collected a second yellow for dissent. It might not make a difference, the game's maybe over, but if this does go to extra time, Para Hills Knights will be playing one man down.
We'll see the replay here. Was it offside? Oh, it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell.
Tell you what, it's some goal though, isn't it? To score from there.
You almost sort of just don't want to talk and let the game just play out.
I'm a little bit lost for words just now. Croatia Raiders could
Raiders
take it off for sure here if they get another one.
Neon Kuru. It's wide. It's De Silva. Back out wide. They'll just take their time and take it slowly. They know they've got this in the bag as it stands.
They just got to hold on to the ball, yeah.
Late foul, and that's unnecessary. Really, really unnecessary. Was he offside?
Well, he can't be from the throw-in, can he?
It's that one there with a touch wide.
Yeah, it looks like he might be, but hard to tell.
Tight.
Look at the shot, though. That's a great shot. Such a shame it doesn't count, but
they'll just hold it in the corner. At Christian Verdicchio's discretion. And it's another yellow card.
Cards are coming out now like Christmas, aren't they? It's more bookings than Frank Sinatra out there. You like that? No, he hadn't shown a card for the first 70 minutes, and it's the circumstances now, though, isn't it? Everything on the line, so passions and emotions run high, so there's going to be a lot more of it going on.
You can see Vlado Blazica waiting for the full-time whistle to go. He cannot stand it.
One of the great comebacks, this, if it happens, eh?
And that's full time. Adelaide Croatia Raiders 3, Para Hills Knights 2. They have to come from behind to get it. And possibly saved in the end, but they won't care.
Yep. What a game, what a finish.
There's also been a late red card as well, I believe. Not sure to who.
I think it might be to Rakuto. Yeah, I think it might have been Rakuto.
So maybe even a possible, he was on a booking as well, maybe a possible second yellow possibly as well.
Possibly, yeah. But he's certainly been dismissed after the game.
Lachlan Fusco, devastated he couldn't help his side. And David, what a final and what a way to end the men's season.
Yeah, I mean, Fusco can't be too hard on himself. He had a fine game. Just maybe a little bit of a silly goalkeeping error at the end to come out as rashly like that for a ball that I think was probably not going to mean anything. It looked like the first touch had been too heavy and it was a gone chance. But a great game for us to watch, and a bit of a privilege to be able to be part of the commentary team here for this game, and thoroughly enjoyed it. There has to be a loser though, doesn't there? and unfortunately for tonight, Para Hills Knights with 10 minutes to go looked okay and had a 2-1 lead, and it's ended up 3-2 down. So I don't know what Mark's thoughts were on the penalty there at the very end from a goalkeeping perspective. Do you think it was a rash challenge? Do you think the ball was gone, or do you think Fusco did the right thing by coming out like that? I mean, it's changed the outcome of the game.
It changed the outcome, but it's one of those split-second decisions that he's got to make. He made it. There was a small clip after, so it could be contested either way, to be honest. But yeah, a split-second decision on his part. That's all he's got to make. But I said the ref saw it, saw the clip after, and he's called the penalty.
Yep.
We'll cross back down to you soon for a full-time interview with a few of the Croatia Raiders players, because I'm sure they'll be more than happy to talk after this result.
Yeah, he probably won't be able to get them to shut up, to be honest. But a great game. I think that just those last 10 minutes, just the Croatia Raiders just lifted when they absolutely had to over that last 10 minutes, and obviously got the result they needed in the end. And all credit to them. And they're over there celebrating with all their fans. You can see on the screen there, there's a fairly big group over there. So yeah, they'll have a big night.
Para Hills Knights absolutely dejected.
Yeah, it's going to be a big night for them over there at the Croatia Centre, eh?
Absolutely, just behind us. You'd feel for Para Hills Knights after this one. So close, yet so far.
Yeah, soul destroying for them to get to this point and to be in this position, and then to lose it in a sort of final situation.
Mark, we'll cross down to you. Who have you got with you?
Now, I'm lucky enough to have JB, assistant coach Raiders, a long-time Raiders man. Mate, can you even sum this up?
That was unbelievable second half. We went in a little bit flat at half-time. We've really done a good job to get the boys, really fired up to come out in the second half. We made a couple of changes tactically, gave a couple of different instructions to the wide guys in particular. You can see we sort of really penetrated them on that left side, and that really worked well for us tonight. And, we sort of thought we really got on top of them in the second half, and we had all the momentum. So.
And how's your heart after that last-minute winner?
Unbelievable. I'll have to watch it, see if that was a penalty again. It was a bit happened all a bit fast, but I feel we deserved, all the momentum, and we created our own luck really, by keeping that pressure, right on them.
Well, congratulations on taking out the double. Get over there and celebrate. Well done. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mark. More reaction to come from the sidelines, I'm sure, with Mark as it comes. We've also got the post-match presentations to proceed with now, as it will go to the match officials. Did a good job today as well.
Yeah, good refereeing today, and the assistants. Certainly had their work cut out towards the end there when the passions were running high, didn't they? So, but no, well done by the judiciaries. They did well.
The runners-up of both the league and the grand final, Para Hills Knights, had an amazing season, have received promotion. Nothing to scoff at.
No, absolutely. And that middle tier, that second of the three divisions is a tough one, because you've got promotion that you're aiming for, but you've also got to keep your eye on what's happening at the bottom, because there's relegation. It's the only division of the three where you have promotion and relegation at stake, so you've got to keep your eye on both scenarios. So very good year, Para Hills Knights, and I was saying before, they had the better of Adelaide Croatia in both the league meetings, winning 2-1 at Croatia and winning 5-3 in the home game. So They've beaten Croatia twice this year, just couldn't do it in the last match when it really mattered.
Again, a similar story to last night with the NPL Grand Final. Modbury beat Adelaide United twice in the regular season, home and away.
Yeah.
But when it came to the big game, Adelaide were just too good.
Yeah, or maybe that's the cup final scenario, you know. A lot of places they'll just have a league comp and a cup comp, and you'll have teams that are good at one and teams that are better at the other. You know, they're better in a cup situation than they are in a league situation. But that's the way we do it here, and as I said before, there has to be a loser, unfortunately. So, and it just wasn't Parahills Knight's night. But they played well in patches, you know. They came back from that shock to be, 1-0 down after the first minute. To bounce back from that and get yourself into a 2-1 lead, that's to be commended.
Man of the match is selected by the match officials, and it is awarded to Adelaide Croatia Raiders, number 8, Joey Costa.
Your man of the match, Joseph Costa, scored the first minute goal and won the penalty. And deserving of the man of the match award, David.
Absolutely, and look at him, he looks as fresh now as he did 90 minutes ago. So
it's the hair that helps.
Yeah. But a good looking man. No, he's done well, had a good game. As I say, he put that first goal away really well, and had a good game. Nearly took the table out after collecting these medals.
Let's listen to this.
It doesn't really matter. It feels like these trophies just follow everywhere you go. I'm pretty soaked right now. Yeah, it's definitely quite hard to get one when they come over the last few years. It's nice to it's great to do with this club. There's a great community background. You can see with this sport really how much it means to some of the people that support the club.
Just talk to us about the Raiders for a quick second. I mean, I played there when I was in under-11s, and, it's nothing what you've done just now, but the community feeling of the club, the project that Vlado and the boys have worked on as well, we could see the stand. I mean, look at it, the flags everywhere. I mean, the turnout tonight has been superb. Obviously, it could be a big Saturday night for you guys, but just talk to us about the club, the project that Vlado's working on with you and the team. It looks like a very positive place to be from the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to give credit to Vlado. He's made it a really fun environment for us. You can tell it's an exciting team, and I think the crowd enjoy that. I've always said, I did play at Raiders a couple of years ago before I went back to Sydney. I've always said this club should be a top 4 club in the NPL. And I think getting them promoted and seeing these nights, there should be more of them in the NPL. So I'm really excited for the club that we're able to give them 2 moments like this year. The game against Cobras, that was pretty much a grand final as well to get promoted. So yeah, I'm stoked for the club and the community, and I think they're going to head back down to the sports centre, and it might be a big night. So everyone's welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, your man of the match for season 2023, Joey Costa. Now let's present the winners, the Adelaide Croatia Raiders, number 5.
As day turned to night, it wasn't night's night, but I'm sure the night for Adelaide Croatia Raiders will turn into a great day tomorrow.
Yeah, well done. I like that one, Seb. Nice delivery. Yeah, and Costa's just invited everybody down to the Croatia Sports Centre. I hope so. Just to the medals award now, so that's they've done well.
And the captain, Ricardo da Silva. Number 6, Amari Didero.
All of these players not only deserving of these medals for this final, but throughout their efforts throughout the whole season.
Number 7, Matthew Majetic. Number 20, Donatia Leokuru. Number 17,
NPL bound for season 2024.
Number 1, John Solari. Number 9, Craig Sunday. Number 99, Joshua Tusoni. Number 19, Reese Thompson.
And a game, a grand final that deserves this sort of game.
Number 11,
yep. No, it was a game fitting of the occasion, wasn't it? And I'm glad we had that, because you don't want to get to a final and have a fizzler. So he's the man responsible.
It's time to get Ricardo da Silva.
Well, for 2023, we've seen Adelaide United win the NPL. Salisbury United win State League 2. And Adelaide Croatia Raiders, the team in the middle, but not for long.
On what you've seen today, you'd say these two sides will do okay in the NPL, I think. You know, they're both promoted sides. A big challenge for them, but that's where you want to be, and that's where I'm sure both of these clubs want to be. In Para Hills Knights just now, their players will be feeling it. But they've got NPL to look forward to next year. As the chant comes up from the Croatia fans.
Ricky De Silva back up for a quick photo with the Champions Trophy.
Ricardo De Silva and Vlado Blazica, your 2023 State League 1 champions, Adelaide Croatia Raiders. It's a mosh pit in there, especially for Vlado. What a night.
Absolutely. They'll remember this for a long time, won't they? Players, support staff, fans. It's been a magnificent night for them.
We'll go down to Mark soon for more interviews. And this occasion has just been absolutely spectacular across the whole day. These players will celebrate long into the night. And we'll cross down to Mark Talbot, who's with the man, Vlado Blazica.
With Vlado Blazica, can you sum it up at all?
Well, first minute we scored, we were flying, and then all of a sudden, credit to Para Hills, 100% credit, it was a tough one. They came out for the next 15, 20 minutes, they pushed us,
Mark, watch out.
Grabbed those 2 goals.
We'll come back to that one after.
He was doing so well too, wasn't he?
Completely unaware. Back to you, Mark.
Where's Pez when you need him?
As you were saying, now that you're a little bit drenched, but as you were saying.
All right. Second half, unbelievable. That's what we do. I don't know why we need to beat down to do that, but it happens. A lot of games we've been down at half time, and the boys just have this belief. Joey said it before about me giving them freedom. Of course, with the structure and the way we want to play. But when they turn it on, they turn it on. All boys, they turn it on.
Oh, they certainly showed the character that tonight, going 2-1 down and they come back. It's just that never say die attitude.
Yeah, 100%. And Joey said it as well. The boys, the change room, it's just the belief in each other. From Josh, who hasn't played a minute, to everyone involved. It's just this. The change room is unbelievable. The belief in each other, the trust in each other, and we just keep believing we can get the job done all the time.
Been a brilliant year. You go and celebrate. You've got your club promoted. You've won the title. Go and celebrate. Back to you guys in the box.
He's taken his club to the highest they can possibly achieve in State League 1, and I'm sure they'll want to do something similar to Modbury next season.
Yeah, absolutely. And done a great job, hasn't he? A little bit lost for words, and he's probably a bit cold after having all of that ice water thrown down his back. But,
I'll tell you what, they've had better aim than some of the other teams that have tried to attempt it.
Yeah. There's a real atmosphere here now, isn't there, with this?
This will definitely continue.
We're going to have to get down to the Croatia club after this.
The crowd filled with chants and colour and celebration for the achievements of Adelaide Croatia Raiders. But very much to note as well, the runners-up of both the league and the grand final, Para Hills Knights. They had a brilliant season.
Always nice to see a Brazilian flag in a celebration, isn't it? You know you've got a side when you've got a Brazilian player in your team. You know you've got a side, don't you?
The world game for a reason. Whether it's Brazil, Croatia, Australia, any continent in the world, this is the game. This is our game. Back down to Mark.
I'm here with the man of the match, Joey Costa. What a performance, mate.
Yeah, thank you. You know, it's so funny. I swear a dozen times we've been down 1-0, 2-1, or a goal behind at half-time. Yeah, we did it again against Cobblers. We're 1-0 down and we're able to turn around. So there was always belief there. And like I just said before in the interview, I'm so happy that we've been able to give this crowd another moment like we have tonight. So.
Well, that photo right there, I just saw, that's going to be straight up in the club room. The team with the supporters behind it just shows you what it means to those supporters.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said before, I'm going to jump in.
Go.
Yeah, he didn't want to miss out on that, did he? Listen to that. I don't know if I feel a little bit Croatian myself tonight now, Seb.
No, we don't blame you at all. Mate, what is it with you and trophies? You go, wherever you go, mate, they just follow you.
Yeah, like I said before, it's taken me a long time to win my first one. There were a lot of sad grand final nights, but yeah, to win the last 3 years, even though State League won this year, it's really nice to be having this feeling rather than that sad feeling at the end.
Well, look, absolutely outstanding performance. Thoroughly deserved the man of the match. Go and celebrate with the rest of those boys. Get out of here.
Thank you. I just want to say one more thing. Just a big shout out and condolences to the Sabatino family. Charlie done so much for us, and being an Adelaide City person, to see him pass is really sad, and such a big person in the football community. So yeah, condolences to the family.
Very well said, mate. Now go celebrate. Well done. Back to you guys in the box.
Brilliant words from a big game player.
Yeah, do you know, that's a really nice touch, you know, to be in a moment like this and to say that is shows some, that's to be highly commended. Well done.
Well, as the match is finished, you'd almost forgive us to not remember what's happened in the past 90 minutes. That first early goal, the first minute from Joey Costa, really set the tone of the game we were going to expect.
Yeah, nice little interplay with Mijetic as well there. He had a good game. He had that poor shot which I gave him a hard time for, but other than that he had a good game, and a nice little bit of interplay for that opening goal, which now seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
The opening goal in the first minute, then the penalty. 1 of 2 for this match.
Lovely through ball, wasn't it? A lovely through ball. think it was Oliveira actually that put the through ball. He was later sent off, but that penalty was put onto the post, which we didn't expect from Riley Stam.
Looking back at it now,
yeah,
could have meant a lot.
Oh, yeah, if he put that away, it could have been a whole different story.
And some brilliant work from goalkeepers Solari and Fusco tonight.
Yeah. And then a lovely strike there by Stam again, strolled it into the left-hand side of the to put Para Hills Knights into a 2-1 lead. Look at this for a strike. Just placed it beautifully. No power, just pure placement.
And again, as we were saying at the time, while Para Hills Knights were 2-1 up, it was still a very even game. It almost felt like it was already a draw.
Yeah.
That mistake coming, and Riley Stam just ready to pounce.
Yeah. That was an unfortunate error, but I bet he's forgotten all about that now.
Such a clinical finisher. We'll be playing NPL football next season. Question is who with? The big question surrounding. Another brilliant save from Fusco. Again, keepers have had a great game tonight.
Yeah, it almost was a game of the keepers, wasn't it? Both keepers had great games. Fusco disappointed himself, but I mean overall he had a good match.
Then that was that one from Jimmy Aldenwalder to get the equaliser, to send the Adelaide Croatia fans into raptures.
Nice finish, but he'd got the time, didn't he? And there's that the moment that changed everything.
And then in the final moments of the match, where we thought we were bound for extra time, David, Ricardo de Silva goes and does this in the most calmest of ways.
Yeah. That's a high pressure situation as well, isn't it? And he's just sort of strode it in there. Just goes. He's gone the right way. He's just gone maybe a little bit too early because he's already on the ground by the time the ball is coming through.
And then what we thought, what could have been, David? What could have been?
What could have been? We could have been here for another half an hour.
We'd still be here talking about the football. They'd still be out there playing.
And I'd have liked to have been here for another half hour. As the match stats come up here, you'll see a number of total shots for Croatia versus Para Hills Knights. I didn't actually think it would have been that much of a difference.
I too am very surprised by that. 13 shots to 4 and 5 to 3, both in favour of Adelaide Croatia.
Yeah, I mean, look, total shots means anything you've tried at goal, and if you remember, some of the shots did go out near the corner flag. So I suppose I'm not going to say the statistics aren't correct, but I'm surprised that Croatia had that many. Shots on target fairly even, and the yellow cards only 2. I thought there was more than that, but maybe there were maybe the yellow cards that were counted as red cards are not included in that.
Well, we'll cross down to Mark Talbot for the final time for this whole season. Mark, your outlook on tonight's match and the season as a whole to wrap us up.
To finish off the season, really, it was just end to end. It was an exciting game. To finish in the 95th minute with a penalty to De Silva was quite a fitting way to finish the game. But overall, it's been an absolutely outstanding season across all 3 leagues. The fight for promotion went down to the last games every week, so over the whole season. So overall, brilliant job by all the teams. Great job by the I have to say now the production crew that we're involved with. It's been an absolutely outstanding season.
Thank you, Mark. It's been a pleasure to work alongside you for this season, and for the final time in this men's season, we have to sign off, David.
Is that a little tear I see trickling down your cheeks there? I know Mark was very emotional there. I see he looks almost inconsolable out there on the pitch by himself. But yeah, no, it's been a great year. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and next season can't come around quick enough.
Of course, don't forget WMPL action is on tomorrow as well, and the WMPL Grand Final will finish off the South Australian football season as a whole. But for the final time for the men's season across NPL, Men's State League and Men's State League 2, It's been a pleasure to have you alongside us. Goodbye from David Grant.
Goodbye, Seb. Goodbye, Mark.
And goodbye from Seb O'Neill. Thank you for joining us, and join us for more football in 2024.